Thank you all for joining in today. So today is our 20, I forgot the number now, 22nd episode. I'm sorry, 32nd or 30th, yeah, 32nd episode. So we've been running this training for 32 days now. This is the 32nd episode of free Intune training provided by How to Manage Devices community. And let's see what is what is going to happen and what is going to learn today, right? What we are going to learn today. Okay, yesterday we have created and deployed couple of policies, right? This is related to Google Chrome, right? Chrome ADMX we have deployed, and you can see that got successfully deployed on the 3 devices which we have in the lab, right? And then we try to deploy additional policy, right? That is Chrome enable home button, right? Home button enable policy, and that got failed, right? So let's see what is the reason for the failure today, and let's see how to fix this, right? So let's do some troubleshooting today. So where is it? Chrome enable home button, right? This is the one, and it got failed with the similar error which we had seen on Friday, right? Friday also, when we tried to deploy this policy, we got the same error. Okay, so same or similar error, I would say, right? So this is the remediation failed error, right? When we looked at the where is it, event logs, right? This is not the one. It's other mission. Okay, so when I looked at the event log, right, this is the error which is shown in the event log, right? That is 404, right? 404 is the event ID, and it says failure status, and this is the URI, right? OMA-URI, which we try to kind of deploy, and it says the system cannot find the file specified, right? So what I did is basically I looked back to the where is it? I looked back to the documentation which is provided by Chrome, right? Sorry, Google, right? So this is the documentation from Google, and I think I searched for enabling the home button, right? This is the enabling the home button option over here, and it says this is the OMA URI which we want to use, right? So what? Let's check what is the OMA URI which we used over here, right? So this is the OMA URI which we used. That is okay. It's if I can go back to properties, that would be easy to show you properties and edit, right? So this is the OMA URI which we used, right? And let me open up another notepad, right, for easy understanding. I'm not able to paste it. Okay, so this, come on, this is the OMA URI which we used in our policy yesterday, right? But Google documentation says no, that is not the one, right? There is some star mark in between, and you need to use that, right? So let's understand what is the difference between both, right? This is the Google one, and I think we got a old OMA URI policy from the Microsoft blog post, right? And probably there that was kind of not updated one, probably. I don't know exactly, but there is a difference you can see. Well, first thing I noticed is this one. When I was troubleshooting, right, I noticed this, right? There is a space over here. This can create problems, right? I just copied directly from here, from Google's website, and into the notepad, right? So Notepad is sometimes works most of the time, right? Work for me as a formatting tool, right? If I want to convert some text to uh, like not to have any formatting, right, then I copy those things to Notepad and copy it from the, sorry, paste to Notepad and copy it from the Notepad to the Intune portal, right? So when I copied, first thing I noticed is a space. There should not be any space, first thing, right? So I removed that space. Then I understood, oh, okay, there is something called startup over here which is missing in this above policy, right? And the policy path, if you look at, it says Google Chrome, right? And over here it is Chrome policy, right? So it's a bit different. So what I did is I tried to deploy this also, right? And this deployment, I don't know whether I still have that or not. uh, Let me check. Let me check with the last modified. No, I don't think I still have it. Okay, but I what I did is I created a different policy, right? Different policy with this URI. Okay, and that also got failed. Okay, that also got failed. It had given me 404 error, right? And it had given me the same error, something like this file specified is not the space, the system cannot find the specified file specified, right? I got the same error for that also, right? So then what I did is basically I checked the policy structure, right? The policy structure which we have created in the registry, right? So in ADMX, when we installed ADMX, right, we had yesterday we have seen something like it, this thing we have seen in the registry entry, right? That is like when it got created, it was on 31st May, that was on Sunday, right? I injected the ADMX policy, right, through that, through that Intune policy to this mission, right, to Windows 10 mission. Now there is a structure created with that ADMX file. That is this structure, right? If I go to AdmX defaults, right, in the registry entry, you would be able to see a structure over here. These are the policies allowed to configure, right? So I was searching and troubleshooting and searching for this particular, where is it, this particular path, right? So I was searching whether I can find anything over here, something similar to this, right? Chrome policy, right? It says everything is starts from Chrome policy over here, right? In the registry on the left hand side you can see Chrome policy, Google Chrome, star startup, something like that, right? So I found one over here, the last one, right? But there was no star over there, right? Okay, so I clicked on that, and if I and I came down, right? And I came down and I could see show home button, right? So that was the same one which we need to configure, right? And the event log says file specified does not found. So that means I assumed that this structure, right, when we injected the ADMX Google ADMX policy to Windows 10, the structure created was not this one, right? It is something different, right? That is something different, and that is the this one, right? So what I did is I copied this path. Okay, I copied the path from the registry. This is something else. Okay, I copied the path from registry and tried to create a URI, right? OMA-URI, because I this is the correct structure, right, of that policy. So what I did is basically I copied everything from here, this one, to this, right? So everything is same until this point. Until this point, everything is same, right? Until this point, everything is same. The star is not there, right? Startup star, that is not there. I don't know whether that will work, or I don't know why is that like that, right? It didn't work for me. Then you can see a change over here, that the slash is the other one, right? So I need to change the slash now, right? That is, I changed it now to the other one, the same, similar to the URI ones. So this is the allowed, only the allowed slash for the URI, right? URI syntax. Okay. So we got a OMA URI now for this particular structure, right? Now what I did is basically I used this policy to deploy or create a new policy, right? So basically I created a new policy yesterday night, right? So that is this one, right? And I already deployed to test it for one of the VM. Okay. So if you go to the configuration settings, you can see edit, right? And if I copy this policy, this URI, okay, and copy back to our cheat file, so you can see the same thing, right? Same URI, right? These two are same, right? So this is how I found out, okay, there is something missing. And if you get a 404 error or ADMX error, file not specified error in the registry, probably this is the best way to troubleshoot and fix the issue, right? One thing I'm not sure whether the star is the problem over here, because as per the Google documentation, star should be there, right? The star mark is here, but I don't know why it's not working. Okay. So that is what I did. So I deployed this to one device. Now I'm going to add another device, right? So I added only personal device now. So I'm going to add the company device also into the assignment, so we can see it live whether it is getting deployed or not, right? So HTMD company owned device, right? So company owned device is basically Azure AD joined device, right? So we have a dynamic group for that, and this is the Azure AD joined VM. Okay, let's go to that and let's give a refresh. Probably we might need to. This is updated on 2/20/37. Okay, let me sync. I don't want to waste time over here. So okay, so let's wait for it to sync, and then we will come back to this. Before that, I wanted to show you something over here in this mission, right? So the registry entries, right? Registry entries are pretty much important for the configuration or troubleshooting, right? So there are three entries, registry entries, which I am going to highlight over here. One is ADMX install. This will get created when you inject an ADMX policy, right? So where you inject ADMX policy. So if you go to this particular policy, you remember, like we have copied the entire ADMX file into this policy, right? Entire ADMX file, chrome.admx file into this policy and deployed it, right? So this is the injection of ADMX, right? This is what we did on, I think yesterday we did this, right? And then it got created. This got created. That means ADMX injection is completed successfully. So ADMX installed is one registry path you need to look into, and the other one is AdmxDefault, right? Once the injection is done, you will be able to see the structure of that file, right? So the ADMX file structure, the Chrome ADMX file structure is this one, right? This is a file which we this is this is a file which we deployed, right? Okay, through that value policy, etc. Right? So after deploying that, it the structure got created, right? The ADMX structure got created within the registry, and that registry value is ADMX default. Now the third one, right? If you go to any of the registry values over here, you won't be able to see something special over here or some special values over here, right? That is not there, right? These are seems to be default ones, right? So so now we deployed a new policy, right? That is show home. Where is that? Enable. Sorry, which one? This one, right? This one we deployed, right? That is, give me a sec. This one we deployed. That is show home button, right? And we asked it to get enabled, right? We need to enable that button in the Chrome browser, right? Now to check whether this policy got deployed onto the machine, you need to go to another path, right? That is basically, if I change this, right, policy manager, I will say policies or something, right? Policies, and then I will say Google, right? Then I say Chrome and enter, right? So Chrome, if I go to Chrome policies in this registry, this is the third registry entry which we need to look into, right? And the show home button value is here, right? And it's 1, right? So that is the enable. To enable the home button, you need to have 1, right? So you can confirm this from the, where is it? Not this one. Let me open another Google Chrome browser. Okay, and let me go to settings and search for home, right? Yesterday we had shown it was not enabled, right? This was disabled yesterday, right? Now after deploying the policy, it got enabled, right? And you can check this from the I think policy, right? If I change this to policy, right? Chrome policy, right? If I change this, you can see the policy got applied over here and listed over here, right? So this is the policy, show home button, and the platform you can see mandatory, okay, show more details. You can see the details, and if you want to check what is the exact documentation, right, about the show home button, you can see that in this one, right? If you click on this button, right? If you click on this button, that will take you to the other page which I showed you before, right? This is the one, right? Over here you will get all the details, right? What are the registry values, and this is applicable for which versions of which OS, which versions of Chrome, etc., etc., right? Lot of detailed information for the troubleshooting. Okay, so this is also pretty useful. Okay, so these are the things I learned, and let's go back to our Azure AD joined device and check whether the policy got deployed or not. Okay, now it says 8:15. Okay, now let's analyze the. Okay, something happened here, delayed. Okay, so this is also good one, right? You can see something over here, right? Show the policy is show home button, area. You remember the area one, area that is there in the CSP structure, right? Tree structure, area name and all, right? So that is why it says the area is Chrome policy, Chrome, Google Chrome startup, right? So something happened, right? So that is good stuff. And let's go down and check what are the other things, right? So don't worry about this error, right? That is not the one we are looking at now, right? So this is the one which we are looking at, and it says set policy string policy show home button area, that one, the same one. And the enrollment ID is the one which we looked at and enabled, right? And it's successfully done. Okay. So let's see what does this error, right? What is this error? The same error. System cannot find the file specified, right? Why? This is because I said, like, yesterday we deployed another policy, right? Google Chrome. It was the area which we mentioned was Google Chrome, and it was not able to find that area in the registry, right? So that is why it got failed. And today we deployed a new policy with a different area, right? That is Chrome policy, not Google Chrome policy, and that worked, right? So that is a basic difference you can see now. And if you go to the registry, probably we need to refresh, right? Policy manager, let me refresh this. You refresh, right? Okay, so when I refresh, the ADMX default folder came, right? Did appear, right? Before it was not there, right? So ADMX default contains the same structure which we have seen in the other one, the Azure AD registered device, or VM, right? So this is the one which we create, which got created as part of ADMX injection. Now we can check whether the actual policy got applied on the registry or not, on the device or not, right? Google, the same path, policies, Google Chrome, right? And click on this, and you can see show home button, and you can see, yeah, decimal is 1, right? Now let's launch the Chrome, and let's check the home button. Show home is enabled, right? And now let's go to policy and see. Okay, you can see the same thing over here also, in this mission also, right? So that got deployed successfully. Now let's go back to the Intune portal, and let's see what is the status, right? Over here, device status. So it got succeeded on 05, 01, and 03, right? 02 and 04 we deleted those VMs, so there is no, like, the VMs are actually not present in Azure, right? I need to delete this records as well, but I will do it later, right? So yeah, so that got successfully deployed. Now let's see one more policy, right? Or I think today, yeah, it's 8:25 already. So I will give another 6 minutes for the questions if you have any questions, and we will continue with the other policy tomorrow. Any questions? Is this clear or is it confusing?
Anup, I have one question, Anup.
Yeah.
So we have created, like, we copied the path from Google, and then we pasted onto the Intune, like a policy, right? So and the register registry editor, we found that ADMX default admin, like something we saw that, right? Like that
Mm-hmm.
exists by default, or only after we deploy that in Intune it exists in Windows. Got my
So,
question?
so you mean to say the ADMX structure in the registry will come after the only deploying the policy? Is
Yes,
that your question?
yes, exactly. Yeah.
Okay, so so that is what we just we just see, right? So in one of my device, this is the one, right? This is the latest one which we have seen, right? So until this point, right? Until this point, we were not able to see this ADMX default, right? It was the ADMX installed was present, right, on this registry, and ADMX default was not there, right?
Okay. Mhm.
So it got created probably during the deployment of the new policy, right? And the
Okay.
structure got created, right?
Mhm. Mhm.
And from that structure we came to know, okay, this is the uh, this is a path which we might need to use, right? Otherwise it will give you 404 error or file not specified, file not found error or something, right?
Got it, got it. So it doesn't exist in Windows by default. Like once we deploy in Intune, only then it will come. It affects the
Yeah,
computer.
yeah, exactly. We need to inject the ADMX actually for that, right? So
Got it.
ADMX is the ADMX file has the structure for the registry policies. So for example, right, if I search show home button, right, if I minimize this and if I go to my ADMX, this is the ADMX file, Chrome ADMX file which I downloaded from Google, right? So
Mhm.
if I say show home button, button show home button, right? So these are the structures already there in this ADMX file, right? And this is using this file, Intune is or Windows 10 MDM is creating those registry structures, right? So we need to tell Intune or Windows 10 MDM what structure it needs to create, right, as per our instruction, right? In this policy, where is this, the Chrome ADMX policy, right? And properties, edit as per our instruction, right? This is the copy paste we did for that ADMX file, right? So you will find show home button um, policy over here also, structure over here also, using this file, this policy, right? The Intune is creating, or my Windows 10 MDM is creating that policy structure. By
Got
default it's not there.
Okay, okay, got it. And can we also do this for other browser installation like Mozilla Firefox or?
Yeah, yes. I don't know whether there is any ADMX file for Mozilla or not. If it is there, you would be able to do it, I feel.
Got it, got it. Thank you, Anand. Thank you.
No worries, no worries. Any other questions?
Hope, are you going to cover home page location also with
Yeah,
this talk?
probably tomorrow. Tomorrow we will cover that.
Okay.
So, Anup, I have one question. Like
Yeah.
you said, that for the browser, do we always need this ADMX template?
Say that again. I didn't catch you. Sorry.
Yeah. For this to deploy this browser, any browser, like for
Mhm.
Chrome, you said that the ADMX template should be there or installed. For the
Mhm.
same way, like we deploy another browser like Firefox, so that the ADMX should be there.
Yeah, I think so, because that is the logic when we create when like otherwise Intune might not know, or a Windows 10 MDM, Windows 10 operating system might not know, right? What does the structure it should be there, right? We need to create this registry structure, right, to manage the policies. So that is my assumption. Yes, ADMS injection should be there. That is what in the Google documentation also, right? You can see, like, if you go to Google documentation, you can see that the first step is this is step 2, right? The setting up the policy. The first step is basically injecting the ADMX, right? So that is the first step, and then we need to define the policies. So by injecting the ADMX, you are creating all these registry entries. If I registry structure, if I understand correctly, right? This registry structure, where is it? Oh, it's gone. Okay. Anyways, you know that registry structure, right? This one. So this is during the injection of the ADMX, I feel, right? And after that, we can configure the policies.
Okay. And sorry, one more question here. Like, as you said that, the first step should be to inject the ADMX for Google Chrome. So how are you doing? I'm sorry, I didn't go through because, my shift is also started. So I'm, I totally cannot, concentrate over here. Just want to know that, this, how you're deploying this ADMX first and the Google Chrome browsers second, how you're doing this?
So how you are doing it? Okay, you mean to say, like, you need a control over there, right? That is what. Okay.
Yeah, correct.
So yeah, I got your question, right? So we have created different policies, right? In the Intune, right? Now we have created different policies, right? ADMX Chrome policy is there. Sorry, Chrome ADMX is there, and new Chrome show button is there, right? So what we can do basically in production, right? What we can do is add all these policies into one single policy, right? For example, right? If you go to properties, this is my ADMX policy, right? Now just add another one over here, right? And add another one over here. So so that will take care of your issue, right? Obviously the ADMX will try first, and then the other one will come, right?
Okay. Yeah. Got it. Yeah. Thanks.
No worries. Any other questions?
Anup, Sujit here.
Yes, Sujit.
While installing Chrome itself, can we deploy this Chrome ADMX also?
I don't know about that. I never tried that. Probably you might need to do some PowerShell scripting, or you might need to do some kind of packaging efforts to do that. I don't know. By default, it's not there, and I don't know whether in Intune it's possible to call configuration policies through the while doing the installation of applications. I have not seen that option, but it's a good question. I out of box there's no option. Probably you might need to do some tricks in the packaging. So in the during while creation of the Chrome package, right? So probably you need to add those logic into that package, right? Where is that Chrome? This is the folder, right? This is the bundle which we download from Google, and over here you can see the installer which we deployed this installer, right, for Google Chrome standalone Enterprise 64. So this is the installer which we deployed, right, for the enterprise. So if you want to add some additional configurations like ADMX injection or something like that, probably you need to script a package like that. This is what my understanding is, right? You need to add some additional PowerShell commands or something else to add those ADMX, right, into the package, and then we need to deploy this as a Intune Win32 application. not the default LOB application. I hope you remember the difference between LOB application and Win32 application in Intune, right?
Yeah, right.
Then
Yeah.
yeah, so probably we can do that. That is a kind of a workaround, I would say, right? I don't know, like it depends on your organization. If you have a big packaging team, then probably they can help you. Otherwise, it's difficult, right? But I don't
Okay.
know any out of box way to do that.
Okay, thank you.
No worries. Okay, so thank you all for joining in, and we will see you tomorrow, same time, same place. Bye bye. Take care.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.